If you're Gen Z, you've inherited a world that is tougher, faster, and more lonely than ever before. You grew up online, you survived a pandemic, and now you're being told to toughen up. Now, that doesn't sound very nice, does it? But what if I told you that yours is the first generation to get mental wellness correct? Let's take a look at how that's happening. Let's be honest. Conversations about mental wellness are defining our generation not because they are trendy or going viral, but because it's becoming urgent. Anxiety and depression rates have skyrocketed, particularly amongst Gen Z. But here's the thing, your generation is not just coping, it's changing the game. That's the plot twist. Let's talk about what Gen Z refused to repeat. The work hard, party harder culture of the 80s and 90s, with its dependence on working hard, pills, alcohol. Gen Z says no to that because they've seen the fallout, the addiction, the stress, the overwork, the emotional burnout. So they're saying no. And they're actually right because studies have shown the lower substance abuse, more awareness, better mental wellness. So, what does mental wellness look like to Gen Z? Let's take a look. The first is movement as medicine. Gen Z believes in exercising, but not so much so that they have a perfect body, but more because they realize the calming effect of exercise on the mind. The second is community over isolation. Gen Z knows that it's great to have support groups, to have safe spaces online where they can talk about how they're feeling and how they're coping and exchange best practices. Third, mindfulness that fits your lifestyle. It's not necessarily about finding a tough mindful or a really tough meditation camp, but maybe as simple as going for a mindful walk every day and seeing how much it actually helps you. Fourth is creative expression. Gen Z are brilliant at it. The memes, reels, journaling, music, all kinds of creation, and then putting it up for others to see is a therapy in itself. And then there are boundaries, the radical act of saying no and protecting your peace. This isn't fluffy self-help. This is science-backed things that actually go a long way in making you better. We've heard this everywhere, the main character energy. But let's redefine that. Main character energy is not about who's the prettiest in the room or who has the most number of followers. It's basically you being the protagonist, the main character of your story, which means you own the story, you treat yourself with compassion, you have a whole set of cast that is there to help you, your set of friends who's going to help you and support you and make sure that you're doing well. That's your cast. Resilience is your plot armor. So take a look. If any of these are missing in your life, fix them and your main character energy is gonna increase. Let's understand that mental wellness is not about perfection, it's about practice. Here are some little things that you can do every day that will go a long way in making you feel fit physically and mentally. The first is just start with a quick morning checkup about how you're feeling, because sometimes just spotting that you're not feeling too well, you're not feeling too good, just spotting that itself can get you out of that mood. Then unfollow any accounts that are draining you. Third, try and find certain accounts or certain spaces where it is safe for you to talk about where you are and what you're doing and how you're feeling. Similar to the kind of space that I'm trying to create where we can talk about this without any judgment. Make sure you have a set of friends whom you trust, someone whom you can call up and talk honestly about how you're feeling without that person telling you you're silly or you're overthinking or evaluating for you in any way. And the one that I recommend the most is find a set of self-help books that really work for you. I'm going to drop a link below of the one that I recommend to people, and that's doing very well with Gen Z across the world. But you can also find a lot of other books there that make sense. Read them, pick up tips and apply them in your life. Because look, your generation isn't just treating this as a crisis that they are trying to move away from. You don't mind having a conversation about it. And that, my friend, isn't just a revolution, it's evolution. So, no matter what generation you belong to, if you were waiting for a sign that said, this is the mental wellness era, here it is. Because main character energy is about protecting your peace, being resilient, developing your mental wellness so that you can live a life that you are proud of.